Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
hi, Harish.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm going to conduct a session on international trade and globalization of IGCSE Cambridge Economics for grade 10.
Oh, she's not yet started that.
We're still like
Okay.
just like
So
starting.
which
We're just about.
session has she started right now?
We were doing income and elastic demand like recently, so we're just finishing that off.
Okay. So what's the name of the concept?
Income of elastic demand.
Okay. So we will get started with that itself. So you've studied price elasticity of demand.
Yeah, we've gone through it. Although I do have a few questions because in our exam
Okay.
we won't know how to exactly phrase a 6-mark question.
Okay. Yes, we will get started with that. So I'll just go through the syllabus for you. So this is the syllabus for IGCSE Economics. So is it the second chapter? Yes.
It is the second chapter, yeah.
Okay. So it's named as price elasticity of demand and price
No,
elasticity.
yeah.
Okay. So you want to go through with the definition of price elasticity of demand first?
Yeah, that would be better.
Okay. So have you completed with price determination and price changes as of now?
Not exactly. Like we went through it, like but we had to go through it like very briefly because like we didn't have time before exams.
Okay, okay.
So
So
we
when
didn't
the
get to go through
exam's going to be held?
our exam was already over. That's why we
Okay.
had to finish everything really quickly.
Okay. Okay. So we'll get started with. So you yet to complete price as to demand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get started with that. So what is price elasticity of demand according to you?
It's like if like how much quantity of demand, like how much
Yes.
consumers will buy depending on price change.
Yes. Yes. That's right. And price elasticity of demand is sensitive to price, and it is a measure of how sensitive the quantity demanded is to its price. So when the price rises, quantity demanded falls for almost any goods, but it falls for some other than for others. So there's a formula for price elasticity of demand, which is elasticity of price is equal to delta quantity by delta change in price, which is the change in quantity by divided by the change in price. Okay. And this you can use this formula to solve many problems, and there's an interpretation as well. So we get started with the demand curve. Yes.
Demand.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
So what textbook do you refer to while studying?
We're using the Edexcel economics book. I think we send you a picture if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes. You can send it on WhatsApp.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Yes, sure.
I don't know. Why don't you just send the picture?
Is it fine if I send it on the meeting chat?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay,
you can share it on screen.
Yeah. I don't think I can.
Okay.
You share a picture of the thing, yeah.
So which city are you from?
Dubai.
I just want to know which city you're from.
Dubai.
From Mumbai?
Dubai.
Yeah, Mumbai.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can share the picture or you can send it on WhatsApp. Sure, yeah.
I sent it.
Yeah, I think she's already shared the picture, yeah?
Yes, yes, I can view it. Okay. So it's the Pearson International GSC for economics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next concept is the determinants of price elasticity of demand. So there is the guidance shows the key influences on whether demand is elastic or inelastic. So we'll get started. What are the determinants of demand? Can it be income or taste
Um,
and preferences?
one is taste in is like fashion and trends, I guess.
Yes, yes.
I think.
And are there
I think.
prices of substitutes as well?
Um, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. So the one of the determinants of demand is product cost. So demand of product changes as per the changes in the price of the commodity. People deciding to buy a product remain constant only if all the factors related to it remain unchanged. And that second determinant of demand is the income of the consumers. So when the income increases, the number of goods demanded will decrease as per the law of demand.
Hmm.
And the likewise, if the income decreases, the demand also decreases. When income increases, demand decreases. So, and the third determinant of demand is the cost of related goods and services. And for a cost complementary product, an increase in the cost of one commodity will decrease the demand for a complementary product. So, have you heard of the concept of substitutes and complementary goods?
Yeah, I've heard of the term.
Okay, and can you give an example for substitute goods?
A substitute. A coffee is like one of the like coffee and tea is like a substitute of each other.
Yes, yes, yes. So when one we can substitute one for another product like coffee and tea. And for complementary goods, there can be like sugar and tea, or the rate,
Yeah, because like
or
they both like go with each other, kind of like
yes,
car and
and
petrol.
yes, car and petrol. And another concept can be bread and butter. They are also complementary goods. So the
Okay.
fourth determinant of price elasticity of demand is consumer expectation. High expectation of income or expectation in the increase in price of a good also leads to an increase in demand. Similarly, low expectation of income or low pricing of goods will decrease the demand.
Okay.
And the fifth determinant of demand of the price elasticity of demand is buyers in the market. So when there are more buyers in the market, then there'll be a shift in demand, which might increase to the right in the graphs. And the next concept is the relationship between price elasticity of demand and total spending on a product
Hmm.
or a revenue, both in the diagram. So we'll go through with the theoretical explanation first of the, and we'll
Okay.
just go through the graph later.
So I have a question. What is total revenue? Because I didn't fully understand it.
Okay. Total revenue is just the income earned on the sale of a product or a
Okay.
commodity. There are
Okay.
concepts of average revenue, which is the average of total revenue. We add the total revenue and divide it by the quantity, which gives us the average revenue. There's marginal revenue, which is the change in total revenue for each quantity of product. And there are costs associated. So, are there costs and revenue in this chapter itself?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because we went through this briefly, and when we did go through it briefly, we didn't like learn any of this.
Okay.
Any of like that didn't come in it. So
Okay.
we went straight to graphs. So I like graphs would make more sense to go into, I think.
Okay. Which graph did you go through in the
We went through all
packet?
5: inelastic, perfectly
Okay.
inelastic, unitary, and elastic.
Okay. That's quite good. And what are what is known as the relationship between price elasticity of demand and told depending on the product. So we spend on goods or products based on the demand,
Yeah.
and that is determined by the price. When there's less price, the demand is more,
Hmm.
and
And
when
when there's
there's
more price, the demand is less.
yes, that's right. And there's a calculation for it as well.
That's where the graph thing comes into, right? Elastic
Yes, yes.
values.
There's the graph for it. That's where we can say there's the increase in price elasticity of
Oh,
demand, where demand is price inelastic. So
okay.
we'll just draw the graphs on the screen. I'll draw it later. We'll just go through the concept first. So the significance of price elasticity of demand is the next concept. So there are implications for decision making by consumers, producers, and government as well.
Hmm.
So, you know, what decisions do consumers, producers, and government have to make?
They have to make rational choices.
Yes,
Yeah, irrational
that's
and there's like irrational, but like they
what
would
are
prefer to make
rational
it.
choices?
It's like smart choices. Like let's say, like if you wait like a day, something will and like the price of of a good drops, then
Yes,
like that's a rational choice. If you like
yes.
buy it
So,
immediately, even though you know there's going to be a sale, that's an irrational choice.
so consumers tend to buy more goods when the price of a good falls,
Yeah,
and when there's a price increase, then they tend to buy less products. That is rational choices. So, what are
and
irrational choices?
irrational choices are like let's say like like you know there's a sale tomorrow,
Okay,
but you prefer buying something now instead of going back again tomorrow and buying it when it's a cheaper price.
okay, that's the right explanation. So, we've dealt with most of the concepts of price elasticity of demand. So, we just have to go through the graphs. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'll just put it out on the screen for the graphs. Yeah. So this is the price elastic demand.
Yeah.
So demand is price elastic if a change in price leads to a bigger percentage change in demand. Therefore, the PED will therefore be greater than 1. So when
Okay.
is the price elasticity of demand be equal to 1?
Um, when it's unitary elastic, I think
Yes, that's the right answer. And when is it going to be inelastic demand or -1?
it'll be I think 0 or 0.
Yeah. When it's inelastic, it will go to -1 or below 1. And when is it 0?
0 is when it's perfectly inelastic.
That's right. And goods which are inelastic tend to have some or all of the following features. They have few or no close substitutes, example, petrol or cigarettes. So cigarettes don't have any substitute, but now there is some concept of nicotine which has come. So they use it
Yeah.
in place of cigarettes. So are there substitutes for petrol?
No, so that would become inelastic. That would become perfectly inelastic, right?
Okay. And there are necessities. If you have a car, you need to keep buying petrol, even if
Yeah.
price of petrol increases, because there's no substitute. But now they've come up with the concept of electric cars.
So then there is a
So
substitute.
yeah, that is a substitute. But the electric cars are less in use compared to petrol-driven cars. And
So when we consider petrol cars, we don't really consider that a substitute because of the electric cars being
yes,
less in use.
yes, because
Okay.
it's inelastic. We may not tend to totally switch to electric cars when there's uh, increase in petrol, but In the recent days, there have been some changes. Only by 2030 or later, we might see more electric cars in the future.
Okay.
And there's a demand, there's another feature called addictive, which are cigarettes, like it's like an
So
addictive like
cigarettes
alcohol.
and alcohol would be addictive, right?
Yes. And the fourth feature, they cost a small portion of income or are brought infrequently. Like what goods are brought infrequently, like which we don't tend to use much.
Um, I don't know if you can consider sweets, but or not,
Yes. Yes, definitely. Sweets are bought only when the festivals.
or if really wanted a sweet or something,
Yes.
right?
So in the short term, demand is usually more inelastic because it takes time to find alternatives. If the price of chocolate increased, demand would be inelastic because there are no alternatives. However, if the price of Mars increased, there are close substitutes in the form of other chocolate. Therefore, demand would be more elastic. So, Mars is a type of chocolate like Cadbury's or like Boneville.
Okay.
Yes. And there's Swiss chocolate called Lind as well. So there are substitutes for different types of chocolates.
So
So
that would come under elastic, right?
yes,
Or perfectly elastic.
they'll be in elastic. Yes.
Okay.
So
Please.
we'll just go through the concept of elasticity through a graph. So graph, it shows increase in revenue following increase in price. So this is also has supply here. So we have to go through the next concept of price elasticity of supply.
Yeah, I didn't. We did go through it, but I did not understand any of this when we went through this. So I
Okay.
don't really get.
Okay. So demand is by the consumers, whereas supply is by the producers. So goods are
Okay.
supplied by producers or are manufactured. So oil is manufactured, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. So oil is manufactured in the Middle East. So many countries import it because
Middle
oil
East.
is the only resource in the Arabian countries as of now. And if demand is inelastic, then increasing the price can lead to an increase in revenue. This is why OPEC, which is the premier international body for oil in the world, is trying to increase the price of oil.
Okay.
So when revenue increases, will the price of oil increases as well?
Yeah.
So the supplier tries to increase it. So what is the price elasticity of supply?
Um, if it's the quantity
Okay.
supplied, basically.
And there's a change in price.
Yeah, change in price.
Yes. So the
So if
introduction.
there's a change in price, how much the quantity supplied would be?
Yes. In price changes, how much the quantity of supply will change. So we'll just go through the concept of price of supply through a video just displayed.
Okay. I'm sorry, there's no volume.
Yes.
There's no volume.
Okay. I'll just. Can you hear it now?
No.
No.
Maybe you have to increase the volume in your laptop.
My iPad is on full. I can't increase it
Okay.
anymore.
So supply curve is positively sloping.
Yeah,
It's
from
sloping. Yes,
left to right.
from left
Well,
to right. That's
demand
right.
is from right to left.
Yes, that's right. And here in this concept, they're explaining prices of supply. Uh, there are three quantities of prices, 4, 6, and 8. There's three quantities, 1, 2, and 3. So when this price per ton is 4, so only one quantity is bought.
Hmm.
And when this 6, the price, there are two quantities bought, whereas when the price of 1 ton is equal to 8, so there are three quantities bought. So it's a
Okay.
positively sloping. So when price increases, the quantity is also increased.
Yeah.
Yes. And what? Okay. And we just go through. So the formula for this is percentage change in quantity divided by percentage change in price is known as elasticity of supply.
Okay.
And as in the problems, so from first price goes to second price, there's a 50% increase, whereas in the quantity, there's a 100% increase from 1 to 2. So 100% divided by 50% is equal to 2. So price of supply is 2 for the first elasticity of supply.
Okay.
And from the second to third, it increased. There's a 100% increase in quantity,
So
and there's a
it's
50%
2
increase
over
in
8.
price. Maybe what's the percentage change in the increase of price from 6 to 8?
2.
Okay.
So it'd be
And
2
what is
over 8, and for the one on top, it'd be 1 over
will it be
2, right?
33% increase?
Um, I think so. I'm not sure. I will go check.
Okay, we'll just watch the video. So as we said, there's a 33.3% percentage change in price, whereas there's a 50% change in the quantity. So 50% divided by 33% or 33.3% is equal to 1.5. So that is the price elasticity of supply from going from B to C.
Okay. So is that the basic parts of it, or is there more
Yes.
to the supply?
Yes. So is it a perfectly inelastic or elastic supply?
Inelastic.
Yes,
Sorry.
it's elastic. Only when there's less than 0 goes to -1, it's inelastic.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we're finished with the concept of price elastic supply. Have you understood it through the video?
Yeah, I understood.
Okay. So there is an elastic supply which is less than 0 or -1. Perfectly elastic is 1. In relatively inelastic is 1.5, as we saw in the problems. So
Okay.
and what is
Yeah,
the
I got
next
it.
concept in the syllabus? It is the determinants of price elasticity of supply.
Um,
So what are the determinants in price elasticity of supply?
I'm not sure. Like, oh, okay, wait. One's income tax. I know one's income tax.
Income tax is the tax which is paid on the income we earn. So, for example, if we earn a salary of 10 lakhs, there's a 30% income tax which we have to pay, which is close to 3 lakhs annually. So that is
Oh,
paid
okay.
on month-on-month basis, and it's calculated annually, and we pay it to the tax bodies in India, which is the income tax department.
Okay.
Okay.
So then, I'm not sure what the other factors would be. I think one's technology, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, technology can be a determinant of price elastic supply. Any other determinants?
Not that I don't remember anything else.
So, other number of producers can also be one determinant.
Oh, how?
Um, so, when producers increase their production, there's an increase in supply as well.
Okay.
So, as per the law of supply, when the price of goods increase, or when the supply increases, do the supply price increase as well?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, it does. So we'll just go through the determinants. So there's role
Okay.
of production cost and technology. So production costs and technology play a crucial role in determining price elasticity of supply. If a manufacturer finds it more cost effective to increase production, then they'll be more likely to increase their supply if prices rise, leading to a more elastic supply. So when supply
Okay.
decreases, prices also decrease. So also, is there a factor in demand also when there
Okay.
is more supply?
No.
Okay.
I think.
And next concept is the significance of price elasticity of supply. So the implications for decision making by consumers, producers, and governments. So how significant is the price elasticity of supply?
It should be pretty significant.
Okay.
Because if there's not enough supply, then the demand will also be affected by that.
Yes, when there's not much supply, demand will also decrease. So
But
yeah, go
if
ahead.
in this, let's say if the supply decreases, wouldn't the
Yeah.
price for the people who are selling this make like increase? Because people, if let's say it's a necessity, like I don't know, like let's say like I'm not really sure, but like a necessity like food or something, right?
Yes.
Let's say like the food like demand like the food supply decreases, then then the demand would increase. So that wouldn't that make it more expensive? I think.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Food is a necessity. Definitely. So the elasticity of supply estimates the responsiveness of an adjustment or a change of the quantity provided to an adjustment or a change of cost. In the event that cost increases, the firms perceive it to be more productive to supply a decent amount of quantity products. So an increase in price prompts higher stock. Okay.
Okay.
And how does it impact government?
Does it have anything to do with subsidies? Yeah, right.
Yes, yes. The government offers subsidies so that the domestic producers produce more goods and services. And
So if the supply of those subsidies products decrease, then
yes,
like it would affect the government because the government wouldn't receive as much in return.
yes.
Like the prices like would be like more, and they have to give the like
For
the
which goods are subsidies provided?
um crops like wheat and all, like
Yes.
rice and all.
Are there subsidies provided to the consumers for gas cylinders?
No, I don't think so. We've not
They
gone into
have
that
been
at all.
provided by the central government. That is still
Oh,
being provided to the consumers. For the producers, it's mainly based on wheat, as you said. What are the other products which subsidies are provided for the producers?
I think I remember someone saying it was soil, if I'm not wrong.
Maybe based on agriculture products.
So okay, so not soil then.
Yeah. So agriculture products like wheat, there might be rice.
Maybe corn. Maybe
Yeah,
corn or
corn
something.
also. Yes, corn. Corn should be more produced by the producers, so subsidies are provided. And subsidies are provided also to compete with foreign producers as well. So to
Oh, okay.
discourage imports and encourage exports, subsidies are provided by the government.
Okay. Understood.
And have we been clear with the concept of price elasticity of supply and demand now?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. You're thorough with the formulas as well right now.
The
And
formulas for both is percentage change for demand is percentage change over quantities demanded over
yes,
price over percentage change in price, which is the
yes,
PED, and then
yes,
for PES it's percentage change in quantity supplied over percentage change in price, which is
fantastic.
PES. Okay, yeah, then I've
And
got it.
yes, so the next concept is the market ecosystem. Have you dealt with it in the class?
We did. I just didn't understand anything though. For this, I didn't understand anything.
Okay. So there's
Because
a
it was really
definition of
fast
market
when we did
economic system. So what's an economic system where there are consumers, producers, and the government? So which type of economy is India in? Is it a mixed economy? Is it a capitalistic economy?
Mix, I think. Maybe.
Yes,
the
that's
mix.
the right answer. And
I have a question. How is it mixed? I don't really get what mixed means.
mixed means
What do you
when
mean by
there is
mixed?
government intervention in the economy, like providing subsidies,
Oh, okay. So, the
and
government like interacts
charging
with the people and like
taxes.
that's like gives subsidies and all. Okay, understood.
Yes, and when there are market forces of demand and supply which impacts prices, that happens mainly in a mixed economy. Whereas in capitalistic economy, there is absolutely no government intervention, and only the market forces of demand and supply impact prices of goods and services. And the
Okay.
United States of America is an example of capitalistic economy, whereas India is a
Okay.
mixed economy, and there are many mixed economies in the world, in a globalized world. So I had been through with the concept of international trade and globalization. So I'll just display it on screen. So this is the international trade and globalization. So when is this concept um, studied in the class?
The monetary policy.
Yes. So do
I
you
don't
have
think
your
we've ever
exams
done
coming
that.
up? Okay.
No, our exams are over, but I don't think we've done monetary policy at all.
Okay. Okay. So have you dealt with the concept of globalization?
No.
Okay. And international specialization, all these are concepts in international trade and globalization. Maybe we'll keep it for a different day. So we'll just go
Okay,
through
yeah.
the concept of globalization. So it's very important to understand this concept. Globalization, free trade, and protectionism. So globalization is the word used to describe the growing interdependence of the world's economies, cultures, and populations brought about by cross-border trade in goods and services, technology, and flows of investment, people, and information. Countries have built economic partnerships to facilitate these movements over many centuries, but the term gained popularity after the Cold War in the early 1990s, as these cooperative arrangements shaped modern everyday life. This guide uses the term more narrowly to refer to international trade and some of the investment flows among advanced economies, mostly focusing on the United States. So there is a concept of free trade, which is the removal of barriers uh, to produce the sale of or trade of goods and services between countries. So there are free trade agreements formed between countries like India and USA, India and UK, where there are no quotas, where there are no embargoes, where there are no tariffs incurred or applied on the goods and services. And in a free trade agreement, it refers to a pact between two or more nations to reduce barriers to imports and exports. So we'll get completed with this session, and we will deal with the next concept in the next class.
Okay.
So thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, sir. You have a great
Thank
day
you.
too.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. If you have any concepts, yeah.